It'll climb to 13,000 feet. It's got a rate of climb of 900 feet a minute. Really quite a usable little aircraft. And I love them. They're such fun to fly. Hesitation roll there. Big climbing wing over. And still considered to be one of the best transition trainers in modern times for people who want to get onto flying what we call in the business big iron, the Spitfires, the Mustangs, the Bearcats and so on. Because if you can handle one of these little puppies, they're quite squirrely, they have the tail wheel, they have all the characteristics, but not on steroids that the bigger airplanes have. So when you get onto the bigger ones, you really don't need to fly a T6R, but you can go straight from a Chipmunk into a Spitfire. And if you know the one control that you need to know anything about, which is the throttle, you will survive. Now the two other Chipmunks from the Irish Historic Flight out to the right there. They'll be running in a moment, I think. And here we are then, it's the last pass for Alan Murphy, ladies and gentlemen, so once again please, your show, give him a big wave. He's been flying his little heart out, simple stuff, but there you are. It's lovely, it's sedate, it's the de Havilland Chipmunk. Thank you very much, Alan. The other two now are up there somewhere. If you look just above the low level one, the two running in together as a pair, a synchro pair. And you see there's quite a collection of aircraft over the headland there, getting themselves positioned. Now that formation changed from line abreast, as we call it, with wingtips symmetrically opposite each other as opposed to echelon. This is in line astern, what we call line astern, or a box, bottom box formation. Again, if you're wanting to do a lot of sporting manoeuvres low down, one of the safest ways of doing it is in a line astern formation, because you're not having to cope with being on the outside of a parabola, for example, or on the inside of a turn, which can mean that you're having to work a lot harder to keep in balance and remain in position, formating on the other aircraft. So there we are, a nice, gentle little show from the Irish Historic Flight. Thank you, guys. That's Captain Declan Curtis and Captain David Friel, both Boeing 737 instructors and examiners for Ryanair. There's a little brake, pulling left and right. So we will be building up once again, sedate though this is, to another denouement of excitement. We like to keep the pace of the show varied, fast and slow. dynamic and gentle. Classic aileron rolls, or victory rolls as they used to be called. So if you ran the line of trainers, both from the Air Force point of view directly and the University Air Squadrons, of course you had the Tiger Moth, which moved on to the Chipmunk, which moved on to the Bulldog, and ultimately has moved on to the Tutor. And guess what? Coming up next we have exactly that, the Royal Air Force Tutor, and in just a moment I shall introduce him. There is a young man standing here, Flying Officer Andy Gilbert, and he will be sopping it to you and telling you all about the display being flown by Andy Priest, who does in fact a wonderful show, and I'm very, very impressed with the way he flies.